Hey guys, this is Punisher from Don't Revive Me Bro and WalkingDeadArmy.com. And I'm going to talk about Dragon's Teeth, the DLC that just came out earlier this week. And I've had a good chance to play the game, play all the maps, all the game modes. And I've played them for, a pretty good amount of time now. And I think I have built up enough opinion to make a judgment on this DLC. So what is the things that I like about Dragon's Teeth? Well, first of all, let's talk about the maps. The maps to me are really good. Now, let me just go ahead and tell you, I am infantry centric when it comes to playing this game. I really like playing infantry. I like the ground pound. I like the ground vehicles. I don't really care about all the air stuff. Helicopters, jets, and everything that comes along with that. But the nice close proximity, small conquest, infantry centric, straight up gameplay on the ground is what I enjoy. And that's what Dragon's Teeth gets you. Okay, we've had every other kind of version of maps that Battlefield gives us, whether it's the naval strike maps with a lot of water, or the massive maps in China Rising or vanilla Battlefield. We have all those different versions. It was about time that they decided to put out a map that was kind of more infantry focused. So Dragon's Teeth is definitely infantry focused. The maps are actually really good. I like a lot of the maps. They kind of dumbed down on the levolution on some of the maps. And instead of giving you levolution, they gave you more destruction. So that's a really good thing. I like the typical conquest maps. I mean, the flags are spread out a bit. Conquest is a really good mode. Rush maps, as far as these maps go, I'm not crazy about them at all. Most of the maps, when you start out defending, you're able to actually shoot into the attacker's spawns. Not a good idea. So rush, just like most of the other rush maps in Battlefield 4, they are a waste of time in my opinion. So I won't even play rush. I am actually playing chain link, as you can see here by the icons above my squad names here, and you can tell that it is a different game mode than what we're used to playing. And the best way to describe the chain link is small conquest, domination kind of mix. And the whole purpose of chain link is to get a link of flags together, and then as you can tell here, we have 2 links and the opposing team has 3. And it's kind of a seesaw effect on the points. And you kind of have to, really think about this. It's not just like Domination where you just, run and flags. There's actually some strategy to this, connecting links together or choosing what flag you're going to go to based on, how many links you're holding and, what flag would be more worth the risk, to gain more of those chain link. But anyway, I love this mode. This is actually probably my favorite mode now out of all of the Battlefield 4, modes that we have, even the conquest, small conquest. This mode is really good. It's fast paced, but it's big enough that it doesn't feel like all you're doing is shooting the whole time. There's some strategy involved with it, and it's good. And the rounds don't last forever. There's typically a 10-minute time limit, I think, but the rounds move through pretty fast, so it gets through the maps pretty quick, and it's I like it. I like it a lot. So Dragon's Teeth, in my opinion, is really good. Probably going to be my favorite of the map pack. But there is some things that need to be fixed on here too. I do think that there's a couple things on chain link they can do to make the game a little better. In my opinion, I think they need to just get rid of the timer, because I really think that there are some rounds that I've played here this last week that really could have done without the timer, and you'd have seen a turnaround by the team. But because the timer ran out, the round was really pretty close in terms of chain link, because the tickets move through quick once you get a good burn going. I think we could have recovered out of a round that we lost if the timer wasn't there. Another thing that they need to maybe adjust a little bit, in my opinion, is maybe not quite make the burn on the flags quite so quick like Domination. Maybe slow it down just a hair. Still keep it faster than what a normal conquest burn would be, but still slow it down a little bit. And other than that, though, chain link, I really like it. I've heard, other people, like we were on the podcast last night with Culprit on the Friendly Fire podcast, and the puppy made the suggestion of, maybe changing how the chain link process works. Because right now, I mean, you're just running flag to flag, and it doesn't matter which flag you go. But if you have to actually connect the chain links kind of, in series, it might change the game a little bit. And I kind of agree with that. But I like the way it is now, too. It works good, So, anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. But negative with this, I wanted to tell you, is as you notice, look on my performance graph there, you notice the stuttering is back. And it is really bad with Mantle. DirectX 11, it seems to be doing okay with that. But Mantle, which I like to run because it gives me a lot more headroom on my processor, it stutters a lot. There's a lot of specific spots in the map that are just not optimized well. And a lot of people are complaining about it. There's some people with NVIDIA cards that don't have enough RAM to have textures in Ultra. And if they have it in Ultra, then there's this whole memory leak problem, VRAM allocation thing that causes them to have a lot of stuttering. So I'm hoping that DICE will figure this out with the texture VRAM problem, and also with Mantle, because to be honest with you, the Mantle problem's been around since they put Mantle in the game. And while it was toned down on the vanilla maps, when they've brought Dragon Teeth out and the patch that they did to support the Dragon Teeth DLC, whatever they did, they brought it back, and it's in every map now. I played Shanghai earlier today, and it was the same thing. It was almost like it went back to what it was before they really started patching it. It does still run good, but there's just instances where you go against a guy, and sometimes you'll freeze for 2 seconds and you're dead. And that stuff doesn't need to be in the game. But, Dragon's Teeth is good. The weapons are actually really good. I've had a chance to play the Bulldog, the MPX, and I really like the Bulldog a lot. A lot of people are complaining about how OP it is, and it does pack a punch, I will say. But it's just like the Scar H. Scar H is the same way. This one just has a little bit more higher rate of fire, but it only has 21 rounds. So it's almost like a FAMAS. I mean, it'll burn through ammo in a heartbeat. So it's one of those guns that you really have to kind of think about how you're going to play it. You're not going to go, if you try to go up against a squad of guys, more than likely you're going to kill one of them, and then you're going to die, because it's hard to really get a good kill streak going with the Bulldog just because it doesn't have a lot of ammo. But if you're able to pull good headshots off, you can get a couple kills in a row with it. But it's one of those guns you have to shoot a guy, kill him, get undercover, reload, and really think about your engagement, because otherwise you can get owned, especially if you're going against a squad. But it is a good gun. I like it a lot. The MPX is a really good PDW. It's not my favorite, but it's one of those that kind of reminds me of MP7, where it has a lot of hip fire. And then you have the Unica and the Deagle, both pistols that are actually really good. The Deagle is by far the best pistol in the game now, and I'm sure it's going to get nerfed because there's going to be a ton of people to complain about it. But anyway, guys, that's really it. I love the weapons. I love the maps. I'm really happy with it. I just need to get optimized a little better to run better on these systems. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this run through with Dragon's Teeth. If you haven't had a chance to play it yet, I hope you get a chance to here in a couple weeks when it gets open for everybody, because it is a wonderful, wonderful DLC. And good job, DICE, for doing it. Anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you have a great weekend. Have a great week, and we will see you on the battlefield. Bye-bye.
We won.
Yeah, we lost, yeah.
Opolis on the opposite team, always.
I was on a team for a bit. It kept team switching me, so I gave up.